Hi everyone, this is Ryan coming to you this week with another traction tip. And very common when I'm working with clients that they'll say, Ryan, we love EOS. We want to make sure we're really using it properly. We're using it well. We're using all of it. And I agree, if you're going to use EOS in your business, then let's make sure we're using it to its full potential, really getting all of the value out of it. But with that being said, it's very common when we're setting our goals, our 1-year goal, our 3-year picture, when we're setting that, it's very common to see a line there that will say EOS strong. We want to be EOS 100% strong. Or my favorite, we want to be EOS ninjas. I love that. But what does it mean? So today let's talk about what are some of the things, if you think you're running on EOS 100%, what are some of the things that you should be doing? So starting at the top, your VTO, your Vision Traction Organizer. And normally I'd go through a lot more detail on what each of these phrases mean, but if you think you might be EOS strong, EOS 100% strong, you should know what these things mean. So VTO, your Vision Traction Organizer, that's your 2-page business plan, and you should be updating this thing every quarter. You should be looking at it at least once a week. It should be the driving force helping you make decisions. It's not an afterthought. It should be the focus. It should be where we look to find out our direction, our path. We should share this with our team, with the whole company, so they can see where we're going, how we're going to get there, and how they play a part in it. So again, this is not for the owner to go do in their office. This is the entire leadership team should create and answer all the questions on our VTO. We should update it every quarter and look at it at least every week. So that's your VTO. The second is our accountability chart. That's our structure, the structure of our company. We should have our structure laid out with the roles for each seat. And every person in the company, we should be able to find them on that seat, and they should have, or find their seat on that chart, and they should have the appropriate roles. In other words, what are they doing every day? What are they accountable for? That's why we call it an accountability chart. So the chart needs to be filled out. It needs to be updated. A healthy growing team will see at least one change a quarter, maybe many more. So the accountability chart should be updated once a quarter, shared with the whole company. Everybody should see how they play a part in it. And you shouldn't be in too many seats. It's very common, and listen, I was the same way in my early days in my previous companies when we were using EOS. The first time we did this, I was in 5 seats. I couldn't do 5 things well. It's just not possible. So over time, I got to my HIBU, my highest and best use. What was I really built for? What was I made for? And I got into 1 or 2 seats. That's the goal, to get you out of all those other seats that you're not made for, get you where you're really meant to be. So if you're wearing 4 or 5 hats, that's not EOS 100% strong. Next is our scorecard. Every person in the company should be looking at least 1 scorecard a week. The leadership team should have their leadership team scorecard. Every department, sales, marketing, ops, finance, they all should be looking at a scorecard every week. The scorecard is our weekly health checkup, a quick way every week to look and say, are we healthy, are we not? Where do we need to spend our time focusing this week? So you should have a scorecard for every team, and they should be looking at it. And it should be a scorecard that is driving the company. We should use this to manage. If you've got important things happening and you can't find them on the scorecard, they need to be there. If you've got some numbers on the scorecard that you really don't think are that big of a deal, pull them off. It should be a scorecard that we can really use 5 to 15 numbers every single week. The next, level 10s. Level 10s are EOS glue. They hold us together. Those are the weekly meetings that we're having. The leadership team should have a level 10. Every department should have a level 10. This is where we communicate. This is where we build accountability and trust. We solve problems. Listen, it's empowering for an employee to bring up an issue, have the whole team look at it, dive on it, solve it, and walk away knowing that we're a better company than we started the meeting. So level 10s are critical. You've got to be having level 10s, but you shouldn't be in too many. I was on a call earlier today actually with a new company just starting EOS, and the owner's in about 6 level 10s a week. I'm like, what, 6? Something's not right. We've got to learn to delegate or trust or stop micromanaging. You shouldn't have to be in every level 10 every week. So if you're sitting in too many level 10s, we need to talk about that. But most times at the leadership level or at the mid-manager level, I'll see leaders that are participating in their leadership team level 10, and then they might be running their department level 10. So most leaders will be in 1 or 2 a week, where your frontline employees will typically just be in 1, but you need to make sure you're having your weekly meeting rhythm. Next are rocks. Rocks are our big quarterly goals. Rocks are these tasks that we accomplish to move the company forward every 90 days. And by working on rocks, we hit our 1-year plans. We hit our goals for the year. So rocks, everybody on the leadership team should have rocks. Your department should have rocks. The question comes up often, Ryan, does everybody need a rock? Yes, everybody needs a rock. There will be times where every employee may not have a rock, but I love the old story, about the trucking company, and they were asked, would you rather have a truck driver with a rock or a truck driver without a rock? We want every single employee improving, getting better, making the company a better place to work every 90 days. So yes, you need rocks, and we should be holding our people accountable for getting those rocks done. After rocks, 555s. These are the quarterly one-on-ones managers should be having with their direct reports. So if you're a manager and people report to you, you should be having a one-on-one with each of them every quarter. That's a 555. If you're not doing that, you're not EOS 100% strong. Next are our processes, my favorite part of EOS, processes. So you and your team should have documented the processes. Our team should be following them. If you go through all the hard work of documenting them, but everybody's not following them, if they're not baked into our hiring, if we're not training, if we're not constantly improving them, then that's not EOS 100% strong. Next is state of the company. So after your leadership team gets together every quarter and we update our VTO, we look back on how the past 90 days went, we learn some lessons and we plan the next 90 days. After that happens every quarter, we should share it with the team. So share your goals, share where we're going, share the vision and how our employees play a part. Do that every 90 days. I recommend doing it right after your quarterly planning meeting. That's the state of the company, and that's part of EOS. Another section here, clarity breaks. Are you taking a clarity break? As a leader, you need to work on the business, and it's hard to do that when you're sitting in the office. You need some time out of the office to really get that on the business thinking time. I don't know about you, but I very rarely have phenomenal ideas when I'm sitting at my desk working on payroll, or I'm answering an email, or I'm reviewing a budget. I typically have my best ideas when I'm out of the office, when I'm on vacation, when I'm about to go to bed at night, or when I'm getting in the shower. That's when I have great ideas. So you need that thinking time, whether you do it a little bit every day, or you have some dedicated weekly time, or even monthly. You just need to find the rhythm that works for you. That's your on the business clarity break time. So as a quick rundown here, what should you be doing on a daily basis? Working on your to-dos, coming out of your level 10s, working on your rocks. So to-dos and rocks, make sure you're making progress on those every day. Weekly, we should be in a level 10. You should have a scorecard in that level 10 that we're looking at. You should be checking out the VTO to make sure you're moving in the right direction. And again, I like that clarity break rhythm of daily or weekly. And then quarterly, updating the VTO, making sure the accountability chart is updated and shared, having that state of the company, and having those 555s with your direct reports. That is what EOS 100% strong looks like. But ultimately, if you had to just boil it down to one question, are you getting what you want from your business? That's what EOS is all about, helping you, the business leader, get what you want from your business. So if you can say you are, you're well on your way to being EOS 100% strong. And if you want to see where you're strong or where you may have some deficiencies, take the org checkup. The org checkup's our free 20-question survey that shows you strengths and weaknesses. You can see how you may be strong in one area, but you might need to improve in another. So I hope this helps. And if you're stuck, reach out. I'd love to help you. And I look forward to talking to you next time. Bye.